Hello again, everybody. This is Amorgin, and you're very welcome back to this special preview of the Borg arrival, guys. Now, when I say a preview, I only have very limited information, but it's a little bit more than what I've seen out there. We're on the cusp of the delivery of this new content. Nobody really knows what it's about, so you guys go and grab your cuppa as always. Sit back and join us for the next couple of minutes while we explore the potential new content that's coming into the game. I'm going to reveal to you guys what I know. I've been sitting on it for a couple of weeks. Now is the time, because it's going to be reality tomorrow. So you guys join me in your comments below as always, and what do you think we're going to be faced with? And let's crack on with this Borg video. So guys, the hype has started for this Borg patch that's coming in. It's yet to be known fully what it is that we're expecting. Some people are saying it's going to be like the mirror content that was released, where there was a wee bit of a paywall for some of that content, but it was really offering the spenders the early access, the rest of us following suit then soon after. Word is that Panic has been lobbying for this kind of content. I don't know if that's the wise move or not. I don't know if it's the best way to go. That'll remain to be seen. We look at that kind of stuff and the patch, guys, with the community panel hopefully very, very soon. But we're looking at this Borg mission chain. It's certainly going to be one way of playing it. We've seen it before. That won't even take me to the store at the moment. This has been delayed for 24 hours, as was announced on LCARS and presumably unofficial. And we've seen this on their website, guys. Some people noticed that there could be some of the Scopely employees needing to brush up on their spell check, but this is what we're looking at on their site, guys. Resistance is futile. Again, the community panel, I'm sure, will want to get their teeth into this kind of stuff very soon, so hopefully we'll grab the time to be able to do that. But essentially, the Borg's coming in. What's jumping out at me there straight away is seasonal. It says seasonal arc, so presumably this is going to be live content for the next couple of months. You'd imagine this is going to bring us up into the spring or something like that. As we go on there, guys, we're talking about the first monthly event through and progressed through the first monthly event. So there might be more than one monthly event relating to the Borg. Like I said, mirror is what people are expecting this to be like. We get the Borg recon tokens. The premium rewards, unlock pack, all of that stuff. We'll look at that in more detail maybe with the community panel. You guys will all be looking at this when this content comes in. This isn't really gonna be a video, guys, on a tutorial on how to do this or anything, because it's not out yet, of course. It's more a speculation piece and me jumping in on the last minute, the night before it, with the bit of information that I've been sitting on for the past couple of weeks. We'll come to that in a couple of minutes. As always, you are well aware, if you've watched the videos before, there are people who send me all sorts of random stuff, and I'm unsure whether to use it at times, but at times like this, when we heard about the Borg coming in, I heard about the Borg weeks and weeks ago, I was sent on some very interesting stuff. Of course, I have to check how accurate it is. These people don't want to be identified, so they know who they are, and a shout out to them, the people that have sent me on private messages on Discord and other methods and sent me on their information. So we're looking at this, guys, but what are we seeing in the game right now? Well, there's the Borg mission chain, of course, that we can't even get into the store with it, but we're looking at a new officer. 1 of 10 is in here somewhere. 1 of 10 looks to be a bit of a mining officer. He looks to be somebody that's going to assist with mining. The bodyguard ability there. Protected cargo increase. Adaptive shielding there, mitigating damage. Take shield health instead of hull health. It might be useful in various situations. You'd have to be the captain for that, so I don't know what way that'll be working out. It'll have to be tested, of course. And we'll get on talking to guys like Flando and maybe Thaler or whoever's about to discuss what they think the purpose of that officer will be. Now, of course, there are other officers in the game. I can confirm that these officers that you're looking at on the screen now, they are now in the game somewhere. Now, whether they're going to be utilised or not, I don't know. But the source that this has come from is reliable enough. The same source that provided me with a lot of information on the G4 ships well before the G4 ships were introduced, guys. Any of you guys that watched the video on the G4 ships quite a bit of time before they actually come into the game, you'll see the accuracy of that. You'll see how accurate those ships were. And we're looking here at these officers clearly in the game. So there's going to be more, and it looks like we're going to have to buy them. But we're looking inside in here in the wee announcement. Patch 15, like I say, we'll do that with the community panel, hopefully. Issues being experienced there, okay. But in patch 15 there it says Borg entering the galaxy, new Borg officer and Borg themed mission chain that introduces the Borg. But there's no mention there just yet of are there going to be Borg ships, or are there going to be the possibility of there being a Borg cube arriving and everybody on the server, for example, being able to attack it and getting massive rewards from it. That would be a lovely idea. We don't know if that's going to happen yet. We're looking at that announcement that simply says a Borg officer who we've looked at, that 1 of 10, and a Borg themed mission chain, which is presumably going to be like Mirror Mirror. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below here. A lot of the chatter that's out there at the minute is around another messy update. It seems that the Android players got the update okay and they weren't affected too heavily, but anybody on Apple, there seems to be an issue with Apple. Some people are blaming Scopely, others are saying that it was Apple's fault, that they didn't provide the update quick enough. Whatever way it is, it's shabby and it should have been handled better. Anybody on Apple's right to feel aggrieved about this, because many of them are customers, paying customers, and they know that half the player population out there has gotten the update before you can actually get into it. Not that there's an awful lot in it at the moment, but they're not missing too much. But again, more given out, and not a smooth delivery of new content by any means. But what we are aware of is they're saying there that they're saying that it's going to be seasonal, like we mentioned before, and this looks like it's going to be content like we asked before. I've repeatedly called for this content to come out in the sense of not being content overload, not dumping everything on us at once. So hopefully they've listened, and this is the way it's going to be. It's going to be given to us in chunks, in digestible chunks. And certainly should make life easier as a content creator to be able to touch base with these events every so often, doing a video on what we think of it, what we think of the events and the new content as it comes in. So we're going to look here now, guys, at what else do we know about the Borg. Now, this is probably the bit that most of you are waiting on. This is the reveal bit now. We had to take a wee look there at what's already in the game, but what else do we know? Well, this screenshot that you're looking at goes way back. I'd say the screenshot's a good year old, and when this screenshot was first delivered to us, we all thought it was a hoax. Now, it could well be a hoax still. I'm not saying that this isn't photoshopped. I don't know. This is not a reliable source that this image has come from. But it's an image that did do the rounds for a while, and everybody wrote it off as a hoax. It certainly wasn't in the game back when I seen this image first of all. But is there any truth in this now? Was there a basis for this? This was the first sign of Borg in Star Trek Fleet Command that many of us had seen, particularly the guys on the founder server. And thanks to Phil for rooting out that screenshot for me when I was looking for it there the other week. So we know about this. It was generally regarded as a hoax. We know that the community panel had discussed the idea of Borg coming in various ways that could be done. We'd also discussed the Ferengi, for example, and that happened, and different things like that. So so we knew that the community was talking about this as a possibility as well. And I'd mentioned briefly there what it was I wanted, the idea of a Borg cube coming in, massive power, everybody being able to attack it, and the amount of damage you're doing, say, maybe allowing you to achieve event rewards or something along those lines. But anybody who looked at my channel birthday video will have seen the little bit of a teaser that I gave you with these images of the Borg ships. So we're looking at the Borg Kelvin, we're looking at the Borg Katinga, we're looking at the Borg Valdor, and excitingly, guys, we're looking here at the Borg Cube. Now, some of you guys who spotted this wee bit of a teaser in the channel birthday video will already have done your little bit of speculation about this. But I can confirm, guys, that these images have come from a very reliable source. The same sources that sent me information on G4. If you go back and look at the G4 videos that have done, the G4 resources, the G4 ships, if you go back and look at them, guys, they were done before that stuff came into the game. And if you look back at that video, you'll see that it was accurate enough in terms of information. So I have no reason to doubt this. I don't believe this to be photoshopped or any of that kind of stuff. I believe this to be the genuine article. And I thank you to the guys that send me this stuff. They know who they are. They don't want to be identified, and they certainly bring another stream of information out there to you guys who are looking for that little bit extra. Guys like me that get into trouble with Scopely for walking, I suppose, a thin line in terms of challenging them, and people out there coming to people like me because of that. There's a little bit more faith maybe in the fact that I got that little bit of an independent tag, and I'm not affiliated officially with Scopely. So people are comfortable enough to send me this stuff, and I'm eternally grateful to them for that. You won't hear any spoof or nonsense from me that's not intended. I won't mislead anybody deliberately just for subscribers or any of that kind of stuff. This is genuine stuff, and I've been sitting on it for weeks, so apologies. I should have had this out before. There are other content creators there that would have been all over this within minutes of them receiving it. I've had it for weeks, so I haven't been withholding it from you guys. It's there. And it's up to you guys to make of it what you will. I'd love to hear your comments below. Now, of course, there are other stuff here that we're aware of that's there when we're talking about what do we know. These screenshots we're doing the rounds as well from LKRs and different places. We know that there are high-level players in the game in the mid-40s, level 45 or something like that, that are able to do this assimilated research. So we were expecting this to happen. Other videos were done on the speculation piece, but there was very little to go on. I'm pretty confident from what I've seen here, guys, that there are other officers coming, there are other ships coming. This does not mean that these are the only ships that are going to be assimilated ships. We don't know what way that's going to work out. Everybody's saying it's going to be just like mirror and a money grab and all of that kind of thing. The free-to-play can wait while all the spenders get their nose in the trough first and whatever else. And that would be typical of Scopely. They are the Ferengi after all, and that kind of stuff. But I'm not so convinced that it's purely going to be a mirror deal. I have a feeling with the way that they've been listening to what we've been saying, they're drip feeding out this content now to us. I have a suspicion that we're looking at the augment style ability to obtain these Borg ships. I'm looking at now. Maybe these are going to be NPC ships. We're not sure yet exactly what this is. But if we're going to be able to obtain these ships at all, guys, then I suspect this is probably going to be done in the augment way, an alternative way of getting it. The real question will be if these ships are obtainable by players, then one would wonder, is it going to be just for an elite at the top and the big spenders, or is there going to be a free-to-play or low-spending option for people to get an assimilated Katinga, an assimilated Valdor, and all of that kind of stuff? Of course, I've mentioned before that we'd love to see a big Borg cube come into a system and the whole server rallies to take it down, and there's an event based around how much damage you deal and huge rewards and all of that. We'd love to see something like that. But it would be nice, I guess, if there was a free-to-play option to be able to affiliate with a Borg faction some way to get Borg assimilated ships in an alternative way to the main three factions. It's certainly something for Scopely to think about. We've also got, guys, I'll finish up now on this one. We've got these packs in the store. Like, clearly these are being bought at a reasonable enough price. People are going to buy these. I'm pretty certain we're going to be looking at more of these coming in. We don't often see these low prices. So I'm pretty certain we're going to see a range of Borg officers coming in. They're all going to be offered to us at a price. And It'll be interesting to see what way this content gets actually delivered, how smooth it goes, and what sort of stuff is in it. Fingers crossed it's decent, fingers crossed it's engaging, and we will come back with the community panel to do a review on all of that stuff, maybe as it goes along, and on patch 15 generally. So until the next video, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll chat to you all again soon. Cheers.